Welcome back to CTM Performance. So here we have a Toyota Hilux, I believe it's out of, or Explorer or something like that. I believe there's a video of me putting this one together, but the customer came in to us last week and said that the engine just stopped dead on him. 400 miles in and it's gone. Now the liners are starting to drop. As you can see there, that one is 4.5 mil down, but he said he did about 400 miles, he said, and it was just beautiful. It was driving beautiful and everything, but obviously you can see this liner's gone. We don't know why yet until I take it apart. From memory serves me correctly, these were top hats, but I can't remember. But if you can you see the ring? So this piston has well and truly collapsed up. Really not sure if you can see the movement in that, but that's really collapsed up. So I'm going to get this apart and see what's gone on here. Obviously it wasn't a build issue. By looks into that, the piston has just collapsed under. The liners and pistons come from China, so I don't know, the material from there is never great anyway. But let's get this apart and see what's going on. So as you can see, the block is apart now. That was the piston that was stuck, and we don't think the piston has collapsed now on inspection, because it turns out, as you can see a little bit there, and what I thought was the top of the liner there, which proves it was a top hat liner. You can see down the bottom there, that is the top of the liner. So what it's done is the material, which we will get sent away once we get that out, is we're going to test this material to see what's gone on, why it's gone soft, which it has gone very soft. Same as these ones here, these have dropped only a tiny little bit, but does that mean that the material behind it, because the block hasn't, because that's the depth still, is the depth that it was machined to take it. Are they going soft behind there and they're pulling them off and saying goodbye? But that's something we'll have to test, get sent off and get them tested. But now we're going to have to ring up Westwood Liners, see if they've got a set that we can use on this. Obviously we've got to measure up this bore to make sure it's still alright, but we'll get this retested, and then hopefully Westwood will have these liners or something that we can fit, try and get some new pistons and try and salvage this block. If not, it's bye bye and need a new block. So here we have a Toyota cylinder head from GCAT Cars. As you can see, there was a few bits that had to be welded up first. Gave it a very light skim just to get it down to the original head face. And as you can see, that is the gasket mark for, I think it's 87 mil bore, and I need to open the chambers up to this size. So let's crack on, get that done, and I'll show you what it looks like afterwards. So I'll just show you the finished cylinder head, where you see I was opening up the chambers up to the gasket size. Every chamber has got 65 cc's in it and a very light skim, and lucky enough you can't really see any of the weld. Lovely job, I say. Lovely job. As you can see, we are just prepping up the Volvo V20 engine. It was originally painted this red burgundy sort of colour. It's all been skimmed, it's all been poured, but the customer's just come back to us with a colour change. I'm not going to say the colour. You can see it when it's getting built, but it's a wee bit of a different colour, that's for sure.
Welcome back this afternoon. I'm going to flip you around. We've got this VW head. We have worked this one before. Unfortunately, something's gone wrong, as you can hear and see that. We suspect that the spring snapped. I'm going to take it apart and show you what's actually gone on. As you can see, the spring has snapped just on that one. None of the others, just that one. Ooh. I think that snapped.
Just give you an update. It is Thursday morning at 20 to 8. I've just finished off the Avenger engine, which is sitting down there. The customer is actually on his way. We've got a Datsun 260Z in for a build. He's actually got 3 cylinder heads that he's brought in and all. One of them's got to be fully spec for a race. The other ones, I believe, are just general overhauls. Got his carbs that need overhauling. We also have some line bores, another jag that's got to be done. Still got to do the Dagenham dustbin. Yeah, it's a lovely Thursday. Look at him, old Gary out there, look. But yeah, what else we've got going on? Loads of jobs still sitting there waiting to be collected. Ryan's just finished off doing that one for a general overhaul. That one there, believe it or not, snapped the springs. You've done a video on that one, didn't you? Yeah. Well, so it ain't worth showing that one.
You can say it's done now.
Yeah. BMW we're still waiting on the parts for. The VW air cooled, still waiting on parts for that. If you have a look, we spoke to the customer. If you have a look, we spoke to the customer on these ones. They did have cracks in between, which wouldn't have done anything, but he's asked for the cracks to be taken out, so now that's got to be welded up. 8 new inserts, felt the chamber back, make it look all pretty and done. This one has come back to us. We've done 2 liners on this before. As you can see, there's the 2 top ones. That's all we wanted doing. Now he's brought it back and wants the other 6 relined up. Don't know why. We measured it up and it's fine, but he feels that he wants all blocks done, so we just redo them. So we're just back onto the prep work. As you can see, all the paint's been taken off. We always change core plugs in these anyway, but these are like a Welch plug. But as you can see, I've took one out so far. But as you can see, all this is aridited or metal set to keep these in. Don't know why, but obviously they were leaking, and every single Welch plug in there is exactly the same. So let's get these out, get these changed. So we've got Ryan pressure testing up the Datsun heads at the minute. So far so good, no leaks. But I just thought I'd discuss and show you a pair of 2.8s. These are off a Turbo Technics conversion. The customer is actually what's a subscriber of our channel. But he took this to another company to get some work done. It's ported fairly okay-ish, but what they have done is meant to have cut the seats and unleaded it, but the valves are not even been refaced or anything. And if you have a look on the exhaust, you can see up the top line that is actually sitting on that bit there. So what they've done is they've put a bigger valve in on the seat, on a standard seat. It's not cut out properly. It doesn't look like it's been unleaded, but what we've got to do now is obviously tidy up the porting work. If that's not unleaded conversion, unlead the seats, give it a proper free angle, give these a clean up, reface the valves, do the chambers because these ain't even been touched. He wants the exhaust ports taken right out to the size of the gasket. But yeah, it's a nice little job. He had his pants pulled down by this company. I don't know who the company was. Someone up in Slough. But we'll put them right and get this job all done for him.